is Okmo Day, or is it Okmo? I'm not sure, but it's me and my Okmo here. We're going to do a little bit more in-depth review than the last one. I had a chance to use it a little bit more. It is fantastic. I love this thing. And it can power up things I had no idea. So basically, to use this beautiful Okmo, you just press on the power. I haven't had a chance to power this completely up because I've used it a little bit. It does take a little bit of time to power this up by solar. And as y'all know, I use solar. I don't use my cigarette lighter, and I don't have any plugs. I look around, but I don't find them. There's no plugs to plug this into. So I have yet to actually power this completely up. Now, according to the manual, it said that before you use it, if you're not going to use fraud, to make sure it's completely powered up. I have not done that yet. I'm just using it the way that I've used a Jackery or a Blue Eddy or something like that. There's a lot of warnings in here. I think it's just so they can cover themselves for any damage, but there's a whole bunch of warnings in here. And I imagine that I'm going to use this the same as any other, but I do like this. So you want to power it up. For solar, it says that it takes 6 hours with 200 watt solar panel. Now I'm just going to say, I don't know, if it would take 12 hours with a 100 solar panel. They suggest that you use their solar panel. I believe it's about $250, I think, for their solar panel. And the actual cord that hooks into here for the solar is actually permanently attached to their solar panel. So what I had to do in my last video, I had to order an adapter cord. It's a DC in, and this is the plug that I use right here. I had to buy myself a 5.5 millimeter times 2.1 millimeter adapter. Now, the one that I bought, and I'll leave the link and I'll show you a picture, is it came with a bunch of different sizes of DC. So that was really cool. So this really works well, and I believe it was probably about $15 for that. It was no big deal. I couldn't review it right away and use it and get this powered up because I had to wait for Amazon to send it. Okmo Company does not send you with any solar cords. None. What they send you with for AC, you can take it in your house if you're just part-time, or if you're parked at your family's house or something, or if you had a campsite that has electricity, you can power it up that way. Cigarette lighter. This is my 8 millimeter solar cord for my Jackery, and these are some adapters that you can use. So that's what, this is what came with it. This, yeah. But no cord for solar. I had to buy that. Okay, so what do we got here? We got 3 AC plugs. When you want to use AC, you just hold it in, and it puts a really nice, you can kind of tell it's got that wave there. This is the icon that the AC is on. So let's test out a couple things for AC. Got my laptop. Okay. Okay, I'm noticing already something that I'm not overly happy with. It just tells me that it's AC out, and that's all it says. Yes, I'm out in the light, and it's hard to see whether that light was on, that it was actually powering it up. Which comes to another subject. Appreciate your nomads, YouTubers, because we don't have the same lighting that a lot of other YouTubers do when they go off they make one of their bedrooms their studio. We're out here in the elements, and I'm telling you, a lot of times filmmakers that's why they'll go into the studio to do filming, because it's just so iffy out here. So I just thought I'd mention that, like I have before. Love your nomad YouTubers. Okay, so it is powering this up. Now, let's just leave this in. I use a hair dryer, but it's for, you can curl your hair while it's drying. And I use this at Planet Fitness. Well, let's use it here. This is 300 watts. I'm not sure how many watts this is, but let's use it. Heat's coming out. The only thing I don't like is that it's not telling me how much is going out. Okay. I can use this now, people, when I am just in my van. Yay. Just press 2 seconds and it turns this off. And that kind of wave icon went away. Let's go ahead with the USB plugs. The first one is power delivery. It's 60 watts that you can use for unique. Let me see. What does it say here? It says power delivery technology that can pump out up to 60 watts of power to compatible devices. Yeah. And then you just have your regular USB. Let's check it out. My phone. Oh, whoops, got to turn on the USB. There we go. It says 5 volts. It's drawing out 3 watts. Now see, this is what I meant by, with the AC, I wasn't getting any reading on what was going out. But with the USB, I am. Yeah. I've got a Blue Eddy. It's a 500 Blue Eddy. So we're going to talk just a little bit about this. This is very popular. This is actually becoming as popular and might actually even overtake the Jackery. So, because Jackery seems to be the most popular at this point. And then I've got my Jackery 500. So we've got three huge powers here. We got a lot of power here. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, because this did not show us what's going in or out, I'm going to use this to show what is happening. This will tell us what's going in or out. Now, according to their manual, the recharge time of this Okmo is 6 hours for a 200 watt solar panel, depending on the weather, of course, we know that. There's a lot of variables when you're dealing with solar. Yeah. Now, with the AC, it takes 10 hours to fully charge the Okmo. And with the car charger, it takes 9 hours. Okay, so let's just pretend like I'm going to use in my car as I'm traveling. This is 5.5 millimeter DC. Let's get this in. Let's make sure this is on. And I'm going to let the Blue Eddy charge this up. Pretend like it's my car charger. Okay. Because the Blue Eddy will tell me what's happening. The power is on. The DC is on. It's charging. And I have 49 watts going into the Okmo. Yay. Let's try the Jackery. My DC, I had this turned on. Now with the Jackery, there is no power switch on here. Once you plug something in, it's on. So I think that's kind of a plus. It's one less step to take. Because when I turned on the Bluetti, I had to turn that. So whoops, I had to turn DC on. This one, once I plug in, it shows 49. So this is pretty, these both are the same, pretty standard. It's putting out 49 watts to power this up. And this is showing that it is charging up because the lines are going across there. Okay. Let's try the opposite. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to use, this is Jackery and Bluetti use an 8mm. Let's see how much this is going to charge up. I'm going to let this charge up. Now I do have to turn on the DC. I don't get any reading here, and I don't like that. I'd like to read it, but this will tell me what's going on. No, I just want to mention this with the Jackery. I had this on, but there was nothing plugged in. It was still taking out some watts, according to the display. So that's kind of, I noticed that with other things too. Make sure that you turn these off if you're not using them. So this is only putting out 40, whereas these are putting out 49. So, okay. And power off. There's not much. I like this. If you get the solar panel and they have that little plug that's attached permanently to their solar panel, this is the plug that goes in. It's very odd looking. I've never seen a solar panel like that. It's very small that you plug it in. So if you use this and you're using anything other than their solar panels, get a 5.5, and I'll leave the link, the one that I bought. So yeah, there's not much else to this. It's heavy. It's about 15 pounds. Not bad, but it is heavier than these. And the only other thing you got, this is for the fan vent. Another fan vent. And this says, do not place the product in a high temperature sealed environment such as a car for a long time. Well, as nomads, that's what we do. They're in there not even for a long time, they're in there permanently. So I think this is just to cover their butts. Now I did see in the manual that the temperature area that this can withstand is 14 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, I've never seen my vehicle get 140 degrees, even in the heat in Tucson. My vehicle, the highest I've ever been in my vehicle is 106 degrees. What does this power up other than through AC? What else can this handle? It does say it can handle an actual refrigerator if your power goes out in your house. Now, some of the people that I'm traveling with, we're going to start looking for a small microwave so we all can have some dinners and microwave something, or microwave a leftover. So we're looking for, if any of you know of any brands that have like a small one, the smallest that you can find, we're going to all pitch in and get a microwave. And obviously it can do a 12-volt refrigerator. It can probably do a smaller, it's probably going to drain this out pretty quickly. But if you can keep this in the sun or power it up easy, I think it can even handle a small refrigerator, an AC refrigerator. So this would be good for nomads, and who else? For people who, in their homes, that are concerned about when the power goes out. I mean, yeah, you never know. Snowstorms, electrical storms, whatever. So yeah, I want to talk about this Bluetti. Let's look over this Bluetti just a little bit more. You got your 12 volt. You got your DC out. These are 8mm DC plugs. You do have to turn on, even though it says, okay, you have to hold this in to get the power completely off. And I pressed it there. Now, if I'm not using this for a while, I still have to kind of press this to get this on. Same as the Jackery. DC, here's your USB plugs. You also have a power delivery, a 45-watt one on here, power delivery. It's kind of an odd plug. You have to have special gadgets that you can use with power delivery. You've got 4 USB ports, and you've got 2 AC. If you want to use the AC, here's an AC that you need to hold in, off, and the same with the DC. Okay. Let's see. Now on this one, on the Blue Eddy, the 8mm plug for your cigarette lighter or whatever to power this up, it goes in there, and then your light. That's cool. That's a cool light. Oh, and that's low. Oh, flash. There you go. Let's see. 8 pounds, maybe? These are becoming very popular. This is a 500. Let's look at the Jackery. Most of us know the Jackery, but a lot of you know the Blue Eddy also. This also has a light. Their light is here. Nothing really else to it. Your vents. This one does not have a power switch. Anytime you plug something in, it lights up. You can press this, but it doesn't stay on, probably to save power. I've heard people complain about that. I wouldn't want this to stay on. You know, what if I wanted to check it and then I wanted to go to sleep inside my van? I don't want some light, you know. Yeah. When you want to use DC, turn it on, 3 USB, and you only have 1 AC. You know what? That's fine with me because I don't use AC that often. But now I've got the Okmo. Which one is better? Well, the Okmo is better because it's a 1000. I like Jackery, and my friend loves his Blue Eddy. So they're probably all pretty much equal. Well, I hope this was helpful. You know, I'm not an expert on the power stations, but I did want to feature this Okmo. It's a good company, and I do like this because the possibilities are larger now for being a nomad. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. There's your fire hydrant. Don't be shy. There's your fire hydrant, Abby. You have your own fire hydrant today. I don't think she's interested in it. She's got her little scarf. She's a hippie girl too, huh? Woof. Isn't she beautiful? She's so sweet too. Okay, I'll let you. She's shy. She doesn't want to use the fire hydrant because she knows everybody's looking, you know. they're ready-made pizza crust. So we've got this one. We wanted to try putting olives on last. I don't know. Oh, they're sticking. They're sticking. But this one's for you. Yes. So I made two, that's why. So here you go. Ready? A little bit too much dough for me, but you know what really makes these pizzas is the pepperoni. And the pizza sauce. This time I didn't put mushrooms on it, I just did olives. But it's still really good. If you like a lot of dough and you don't mind all the bread, this is a really good pizza. So there you go. Now we have one more pizza to go, and what we're gonna do is use the mix. It's dry and we're gonna raise it up, we're gonna stir it in, and we're gonna raise it up, and then we're gonna form our own pizza dough. So, okay, pizza, mamma mia.
Hey, keep your head held high. Hey, don't let them push you down. 'Cause in the end you'll walk right by